What up, people? It's your boy, the host with the most. I do not brag or boast, and I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. It's your boy. I'm Chris Don One, and welcome to another rendition, another shindig of Just My Opinion podcast. I know. It's been a long time, but your boy is back better than ever. It's been a minute since I done a live stream on this particular channel. As always, rate, comment, subscribe, share this content with your friends, family, and followers. Get familiar with the like button, the notification bell, the subscription button, and let's get this podcast in the YouTube algorithm, shall we? So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's get into it. Let's get it crack-a-lacking. All right, the first thing I want to talk about is Jalen Hurts. He signed an extension with the Philadelphia Eagles. This is a $255 million contract. And this is this contract sets the NFL record, and we'll go right into it. At 24 years old, Jalen Hurts has become the highest paid player in the National Football League in league history with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, this was announced yesterday. The quarterback signed a 5-year extension with the Philadelphia Eagles for $255 million. He'll be paid $51 million yearly, according to ESPN. That makes it the biggest contract terms of an average annual value, outpacing Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers. Well, better known than the Green Bay Packers. He's going to be with the New York Jets sometime soon. Okay, we'll get that announcement sometime soon, but we'll digress. And Hurts joined he got drafted to the Eagles in 2020 as a second-round draft pick, taking over the former quarterback Carson Wentz, who was traded to the Indianapolis Colts. He became the full-time starter for the Eagles in 2021, and since he won 23 games, lost 11, he led the Eagles, which had a 14-3 record last season, to last year's Super Bowl. And it would not surprise me not one iota, if he joins if he goes back to the Super Bowl this year, where he scored 4 touchdowns. But ultimately, they lost 38-35 to the Kansas City Chiefs. You cannot beat that with a bat. Of course, Jalen had a strong performance over the past 2 seasons, contributing to his biggest contract in NFL history. Hurts is managed by an all-woman management group from the sports agency Clutch Sports Group. This team of all women, 3 women who are Black, are in the NFL as NFL agents. So this is a great contract. I was trying to find more on the contract. I believe it's guaranteed at 130. The contract overall, the contract is guaranteed. I think it's 100 and some. I think it's 130, 150. I'm not 100% sure. I do apologize. I had all this in front of me at one particular time. And if you look at this contract, this is basically the Philadelphia Eagles, particularly the ownership, the management group, even the head football coach saying, look, we got a solid quarterback. Now he's, I feel like Jalen Hurts has proven without shadow of a doubt that the Philadelphia Eagles are in good hands, and you might as well go ahead and lock him up. You definitely don't want this to be lingering into his final year of his rookie contract, and then you're going to be finding yourself in the same situation as as the Dallas Cowboys found themselves when they just couldn't agree to a number to Dak Prescott. So, and you know how long that overall lasted. I think Jalen Hurts, particularly if you look at his performance in the Super Bowl last year when they played up against the Kansas City Chiefs, it was one point of time earlier in the game where Jalen Hurts, it seemed like he was going to win his first championship with the Philadelphia Eagles. If you look at the NFC East, you guys know that I am a huge Dallas Cowboy fan. I think their future, the Philadelphia Eagles, are brighter than anybody in that division. The Dallas Cowboys, they're trying to figure things out with Dak Prescott. I don't think Dak Prescott is, as a Dallas Cowboy fan, now I'm not one of these irate Dallas Cowboy fans where I just swallow whatever Jerry Jones says to us. Pause. But if you look at what they did over the offseason, I think we're going to have a good season. But if you look at what the Philadelphia Eagles done in just signing Jalen Hurts, this is huge. And it really it already placed them as division leaders with the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles are not going anywhere, folks. So the Dallas Cowboys should be worried. I'm definitely worried. All right. So and I think this deal solidifies what they already have, what they already have announced, that Jalen Hurts is that guy. He is that one. They're going to win the division. If you look at the Dallas Cowboys, yeah, they did good this offseason. If you look at the Washington Commandos, right now they're going through whether they're going to find them a new owner sometime this year. They're going to have them a new owner, and they're trying to figure it out as well. They're not contending anytime soon. If you look at the New York Giants, the New York Giants, I think they're going to have a good team, but I don't think they're going to have a great team. So I feel like the leader is going to clearly be the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, what does this mean for Jamar Jackson? I feel like Lamar, excuse me, I don't know why I said Jamar. Lamar Jackson, what does this mean for him? Obviously, Jalen Hurts' contract isn't fully guaranteed. A portion of his contract is fully guaranteed. He's going to be getting paid like close to $50 million a year. That's not small change, folks. And if you look at Lamar Jackson and his mother, and this looks bad on their side, because it's amazing how 3 women from Clutch Sports negotiated and brokered this deal for Jalen Hurts, and they got him signed basically the majority of his prime with the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles don't have to figure out whether or not they're going to get him signed or not. And they easy pleasy got this sort of done. Meanwhile, if you look on the other side of the coast, even though it's all the same coast, but I'm just, the other side of the plexiglass, if you look at Lamar Jackson, it seems like nothing has changed. And it seems like the communication line with the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson is pretty much non-existent. This really makes him look bad. Like I said, Jalen Hurts' contract isn't all guaranteed. Lamar Jackson wanted his contract fully guaranteed, and I felt like a lot of these quarterbacks are looking at trying to guarantee their contract fully by looking at the contract that was signed, that was fully guaranteed over there at Cleveland. I felt like the reason why I feel like the Cleveland was bidding with themselves, and I talked about this in the live stream yesterday. I think the Cleveland organization wanted to get away from Baker Mayfield so fast they was willing to fully guarantee the contract. I don't think that particular quarterback, and I'm trying to think of his name, and I forgot his name. I do apologize. I don't think he's going to ever live up to that fully guaranteed contract, and that fully guaranteed contract is an outlier. No one is going to ever get a contract fully guaranteed ever again. I shouldn't say never, but I just don't, not that particular contract. And if you look at if you look at Jalen Hurts, well, Jalen Hurts did something. Jalen Hurts pretty much got, has been very successful thus far. Has not made any waves or problems with the Philadelphia Eagles. Has gotten the Philadelphia Eagles to the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson haven't even sniffed the Super Bowl yet, and Jalen Hurts is slowly but surely becoming one of those great ones. I think when it's all said and done, when Patrick Mahomes, when there's some slippage with him, when he starts losing some of his core talented pieces due to injuries or free agency, Jalen Hurts is going to quickly take that mantle. Now, Lamar is going to have to do some soul searching. I think Lamar is, hold on one second, folks. Hold on. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. Okay, so we're back. We're back. All right, we're back. We're back. Okay. So if you look at Jalen, I think the sky's the limit with Jalen Hurts. I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to go anywhere. We're not even close to the end of his prime. He's got a lot of great football ahead of him. And the Philadelphia Eagles just got better. That franchise has simply got better. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, and I'm worried that we're never going to see the day where we're going to win a Super Bowl. Even though I'm positive about Dak Prescott, but I don't. If you look at the quarterbacks have won the Super Bowl thus far, and you look at Dak Prescott, and you have to be fair and consistent about it. I don't think Dak Prescott has the stuff to get the team over the hump, and well, I think he can get them to the Super Bowl. I just don't see Patrick Mahomes in Dak Prescott. I don't see Jalen Hurts in Dak Prescott. I just don't. And until Dak Prescott get over the wall and take us to the promised land and get us in the Super Bowl, I won't think otherwise about him. But Jalen Hurts this is not going to be his only Super Bowl that he's going to ever appear in. Would not surprise me in the next 3 Super Bowls, Jalen Hurts is going to be featured in the Super Bowl. And the NFC, slowly but surely, is pretty much Jalen Hurts' league versus the AFC. If you look at, Patrick Mahomes there's a lot of decent to great quarterbacks over there. And if you look at the if you look at Cincinnati, if you look at the Chargers, if you look at if you look at the New England, excuse me, the Kansas City Chiefs, if you just look at all of those quarterbacks have some decent to great quarterbacks that they either traded or got through free agency. If you look at the Denver Broncos, they don't have a bad quarterback over there. Russell Wilson. So yeah, the sky is definitely the limit for Jalen Hurts. Congratulations on him. And this really put a kibosh on Lamar Jackson getting his contract guaranteed. You be here. That's why you keep constantly hearing about him pretty much changing his direction, saying, "Well, I don't want the whole contract fully guaranteed," but that's what is going on over there with Jalen Hurts. Oh, I am so sorry, folks. I'm in two different directions, and I'm getting ready to move on to the next topic. Okay, just give me 1 second here. Okay, so the next topic we're going to be talking about Russell Westbrook and his incident with a fan. We're gonna, basically it was game one. It was the Clippers versus the Suns. They were in the Suns arena, and this fan was, was jawing at Russell Westbrook, calling him Westbrick and all that, and basically the NFL has released a statement. I believe this was today. The NFL is investigating the exchange between Russell Westbrook and a fan that was caught on video during Sunday's game one between the Phoenix Suns versus the Los Angeles Clippers. The incident appeared to take place during halftime of the Clippers' 115-110 road win of the Phoenix Suns. I think this incident overshadows, to me, before I continue, that the Clippers won a game against the Phoenix Suns. And, everyone was giving the Phoenix Suns their flowers. They feel like this is going to be the year for the Phoenix Suns to win a title. They was giving the Phoenix Suns their title, their flowers, because they got, they got Durant over there with the Phoenix Suns. If you look at Chris Paul and Devin, if you look at what they already have over there with the Phoenix Suns, plus you're adding Kevin Durant, a lot of people were pushing them to instant title contenders. And if you look at what, a lot of people are not giving the Los Angeles Clippers their due. They overcome a lot of odds, a lot of injuries, and things of that nature. But I just don't think, all that stuff is overshadowed because of this incident. Now, a lot of people are going to point that, well, you should blame Russell Westbrook for that. Even though we all know Russell Westbrook is a hothead, we know going in. All right. So the incident appeared to take place during halftime, and the fan was on the couch in the lounge where the two exchanged a heated exchange. Basically they even got exactly what they each said. What happened to you? What happened, bro? The unidentified fan said while standing up to the face of Westbrook. Westbrook replied and responded, "Watch your mouth." The fan says, "Take it like a man." That's what the fan says. Russell Westbrook says, "Watch your mother-loving mouth. Watch your mouth." And then talk about it, be about it. The fan responded. I'm kind of I'm kind of wary on this, and I don't mean no harm, but judging by this picture, judging by this picture, the fan looks like, okay, he looked like a typical Caucasian who picked up some slang along the way. When people say don't talk about it, be about it. Um, to me, that is, you're basically saying that the person that you're responding to with the don't talk about it, be about it, is it wants some action. You want some action with them. All right. And I just don't. I'm looking at this fan, and I'm looking at Russell Westbrook. This fan, if they would have met in a dark alley, Russell Westbrook would pummel this fan. The only reason why this fan has the fortitude. Oh, goddamn, what is going on right here? Lord have mercy. Anyway, the only reason why the fan had this fortitude to talk back to Russell Westbrook, because he knows that there's cameras everywhere. He knows he's in a public place. And he also knows Russell Westbrook has more to lose than the fan. All right. Even if Russell Westbrook wins the fight, obviously he's going to win the fight with the fan. The fan is like 3-4. And clear. I mean, the fan has no. I mean, the fan. I just, in a physical altercation, I cannot see a situation where this fan is going to pummel Russell Westbrook. Just no how, no way. Okay, even though looks can be deceiving, I get that. But I can clearly tell you, this fan will not contest Russell Westbrook physically if they were in a dark alley. He will try to figure out his way to talk himself out of this. All right. So enough with the tough talk. The fan knows that Russell Westbrook is not going to lay a finger on him, because at the end of the day, they're in a public place. There's cameras everywhere. Russell Westbrook clearly has more to lose than this fan. And he could then turn around and sue Russell Westbrook. Like I said, Russell Westbrook has more to lose. So that's why you see all these fans talking the way they talk. The officer stand in between the two during the exchange following Westbrook walking out of the room. Westbrook exit to the court tunnel. The video then cuts off. The video didn't capture what led up during the exchange. Of course not. Okay. Westbrook went to make a key defensive play in the final seconds, and the Clippers won a game. The exchange took place in the club lounge. That's something that sometimes used by the players and the coaches as a shortcut between the court and the locker room, according to the reports. Westbrook is expected to face an suspension. Is not expected to face a suspension, and will likely be available for game 2 Wednesday. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Don't be about it. let's talk like this. Let's talk like this crazy fan. Like, dude, come on, dude. Anyway, okay, all right, okay, tough guy. All right, so. All right, so you just got through hearing what took place Sunday, and what happened following that. The NBA is investigating. It would not surprise me none if they close off this this section where the coaches and the visiting players are going to their locker room. And I understand why they did this shortcut. And I think Shannon Sharp said this on Undisputed. They had this new way of getting to the locker room, because it shaves off a couple of minutes, maybe a minute. And they did it during COVID when there were no fans in attendance in the arena. And COVID was like, what, 2 years ago? So it surprises me It simply amazes me during this whole time when the fans got back into the stadium and the COVID nightmares pretty much passed us by, so to say, that nothing has happened during that time to this point. Like no fan has, threw stuff at the visiting teams that use this shortcut. No players have gotten into a fight with a fan that's probably a little bit drunk. No words was exchanged. It's surprising to me that none of that stuff happened leading up to this incident as of right now. Now, a lot of people want to point out that Russell Westbrook is all Russell Westbrook's fault. Russell Westbrook, is sensitive. I can give you that. You want to call Russell Westbrook sensitive? Okay, I can. Words really hurt Russell Westbrook. I can get all that if you want to use that analogy or use that excuse. But one thing I'm not going to lead to is, well, Russell Westbrook cursed in front of a kid. There was a kid in attendance. Okay, folks, we got to give up on don't curse around kids. Folks, kids today are already know what's going on in real life. We can't. There's never going to be a day where we could just keep the kids away from real life. All right. I'm pretty sure that kid has heard mother loving a time or two. The kid looks like he plays video games. I'm pretty sure the kid have heard worse playing Call of Duty. I'm pretty sure the kid has heard worse. I'm pretty sure the kid has heard worse at school. I'm pretty sure the kid has heard worse when he's watching a movie or television on Netflix or Hulu or whatever, gone to the movie theaters, watched a video. I don't even think have heard music that has some explicit language in it. Let's quit making it like this family is holier than thou, and they have a zero tolerance to profanity and this that and the third. I'm pretty sure this kid heard this a time or two in his own home. All right, so let's just get out of this nonsense. Oh my God, a kid was there. A kid should not be a kid should not have to deal with profanity. I'm pretty sure you have heard worse in the stadium, folks. I'm pretty sure there was cuss words going back and forth from coach to player, from player to visiting player. The kid has heard a lot of curse where he have heard mother loving a time or two. All right. So let's just get out of this nonsense. Oh my God. Think about the kids. The kids should not have to deal with grown folks cursing. Okay. And you got to realize, folks, the NBA, watching an NBA live game, that's grown-up activity. Late at night, during a school night, that's grown-up activity. It's set at prime time. And if you allow your kid to go to an NBA game, prime time hours, then you are pretty much expecting a bunch of profanity-laced jargon from players, coaches, and other fans, even your own father as a fan. So, and then the kid is going to be surrounded by alcohol. The kid's going to have to deal with, his father getting drunk, or someone else in the stands getting drunk. All right, it is what it is. So I'm not on that the thing right there. Y'all can miss me on that. All right. If you want to blame Russell Westbrook because the kid was involved, okay. You want to say Russell Westbrook was over dramatic. If you want to say Russell Westbrook was too sensitive, if you want to say Russell Westbrook got upset because the guy called him Westbrick, even though we don't have any footage that before that incident, which I'm pretty sure when the NBA investigate, they're going to release statements and they're going to release additional footage, and it could go either way, where the fan has been cursing and shaming Russell Westbrook pretty much the whole night, well up to halftime, where the fan was clearly, you can clearly tell from the video, the fan is way past drunk. He's over intoxicated, and when you're over intoxicated, all your defense mechanisms go down. You become, if you was a jerk when you didn't have alcohol, you're going to be the ultimate jerk when you do have alcohol. If you the type of person that uses a lot of profanity when you're not drunk, but you monitor that, particularly in your situation, when you're drunk, you're saying bump that. I'm just going to use all types of profanity. And if you're the type of person that uses racial slurs, but you don't use them in a public or private setting, because you pretty much monitor what you say, particularly when there's people around. When you are intoxicated, those racial slurs are going to come out. All right. So it is what it is. I'm not saying this guy was racial to Russell Westbrook, because we don't know. But clearly, I don't think it was I believe, the fan probably said some choice words to Russell Westbrook. He took offense to it. And folks, we got to realize we're living in a different era. We're not living in the era where fans could just act like total buffoons and total idiots and say whatever they want to say, and the athlete has to swallow it. We don't live in those worlds no more. We don't have those rules no more. If you say anything to an athlete, actor, or actress, and they in turn say it's offensive, then you're going to get kicked out more times than not. Sometimes, but I feel like the NBA has a real situation here where, if the fans, I understand that you want the fans closer to the action, but the NBA has to realize that getting the fans closer to the action, you're pretty much inviting something to happen, because now the fans are so close to the players and to the coaches that they're at earshot, and now they can totally say whatever they want to say. So the NBA, I understand you want the fans to be closer to the action. But like I said, it would not surprise me if they close this off for the players and coaches to go to their locker room. And it also would not surprise me none, maybe not in this series, but next year, that they put plexiglass or glass where it's like, where the fans could behave and talk and use all type of racial slurs or profanity words in this setting, but the coaches and the other fans that are in attendance and the other players on both sides cannot hear it. All right. And they're gonna, they're gonna make it so where you can't, throw your finger up, you can't hold signs up and things of that nature. They clearly want you in your seat. So it would not surprise me if the NBA start looking and investigating all arenas and make it safe for not only the fans, but for the players. And I feel like this is a big problem with the NBA. And this is why the NFL flourishes and why the NBA doesn't, particularly when it comes to TV revenue. There's a reason why the NFL when they come out with their packages every year, these big multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar networks want an NBA package on their network. This is why, because the NFL is extremely popular, and why the NBA can't get an NFL deal, because their identity. NBA basketball is fantastic. I love NBA basketball, but the policies and the things that take place between the fans and the NBA players, it's a bad look. It's a bad look when fans act, when fans don't behave right, and it's a bad look when players don't behave right. And it comes across as, it's the NBA players' world, and we're just all living in it. If you look at the NFL, they don't. When you look at the NFL, it's not the NFL world, an NFL players' world, and we all live in it. Uh, so I feel like the NBA got a real sticky situation. They're going to have to adjust accordingly, and yeah, they're going to have to figure this thing out. They basically going to have to figure this thing out. But like I said, they are investigating, and we will definitely know what comes out of their findings. Can I say findings? We're gonna figure out what happens during their findings. Obviously, the obvious thing they're gonna do is close that section off so where players and coaches can't utilize that setting, and they're going to put precautions in place where and policies in place where they want the fans that's going to be in these settings to sit down and no yelling and screaming. And if they do yell and scream, the players or coaches ain't gonna be able to hear them. They're probably gonna have shields up or whatever, they plexiglass up, whatever. They're going to make this safe and friendly for not only the fans but for the players. The NBA is trying to um, be in good standings and in good favor with the players and the fans, and you just simply can't please both. You have to please one or the other. Which one is more valuable to you, the NBA player or the NBA fan? The two, if you don't have fans, then the players don't make this extreme big money. Then you can't bid. You can't go to a network and bid your package and say this is why our package is so valuable, and this is why we're asking so much for our package. All right. Even though I feel like the game is better, there's more and more stars in the league. But when you got a lot of incidents like this, and it doesn't look good for the fans as well as the NBA players, and it seems like NBA fans have this approach to it, like it's the NBA players' world, and we're just all living in it. I think that devalues your league. I really do. Particularly if you want people to invest in your league, if you want networks to invest in your league, if you want fans to invest in your league, you're going to have to sit down and make this work. I don't see how what they're doing now, trying to please the NBA players, at the same time please the NBA fans, that's not working. They're going to have to take a stand either way. Who you're trying to please the most, the players or the fans? And it is what it is. I mean, I'm sorry to be that guy, but and I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of the NBA. So let's just move on to some other NBA topics. We're going to go to the last and final topic, by the way, and this got to do with Ja Morant. But before we get into today's topic, I first like to state this. I really do appreciate everyone that has been coming in and out watching this live stream. I know I don't do a lot of live streams on this channel. I'm going to start doing more and more and more. I'm kind of behind. I'm behind the gun. Because like I said, I'm pretty much anywhere and everywhere. All right. So, oh yeah, and check out the descriptions below. Subscribe to me on my other platforms, on my other YouTube channels, on my podcast. I'm Chris Down One Podcast. I'm trying to do 2 new podcasts a week that I'm going to be uploading. So go check me out. It's on Anchor, it's on Spotify, it's on iTunes. It's everywhere where you get your podcast indulgement from. All right. So let's get into the final topic, which is Ja Morant. Ja Morant's situation is up in the air. Morant's hand is believed to be dealing with pain. Um, After he injured it, after the X-rays came back clean, but his status for Game 2 for against the Lakers, it still remains up in the air. And so we already know Ja Morant injured his hand. He didn't break any ligaments or anything like that. I think it's more so it's sore, and it's something that he's going to have to deal with. When you're playing basketball, your hands are your most important body part. If you got an injury on your legs or on your hands, it's gonna make life a little difficult for you to continue to play basketball. Where you can probably get away with it in other sports. They could, like in baseball, they could probably put you in the outfield where you don't have to use your hands as much, even though when it comes to throwing the ball and swinging the bat, that's when you're going to have to utilize it that much. When it comes into the NFL, you're definitely going to need your hands, okay? But there are, they can, if particularly if you're on offense, they can use you as a decoy, okay? And you can use certain type of bandaging and gloves and things of that nature where it won't be totally painful. But in basketball, you sort of have to either if you got enough, if you can deal with a lot of pain, you just got to play through it. If you a player that can't deal with a lot of pain, it's going to make your night a nightmare. Okay, so it's pretty much can you stand pain tolerance? All right. ESPN reported Monday that there is a significant doubt Morant will be able to play Game 2, but the Grizzlies have not released their official injury report, which should drop sometimes Tuesday afternoon. The point guard describes his pain as a level 10 out of a 10 out of 10 after leaving Sunday's Game 1 loss, but remains to be seen if any progress. Morant is forced to the sidelines. So we don't know what his status is for the foreseeable future between the Grizzlies and the Lakers. So let's talk about Game 2 and just the series in general. The Grizzlies lost Game 1. Now, a lot of people are going to point to the fact that Ja Morant was not in attendance. And a lot of people are going to also say if Ja Morant was there, possibly the Grizzlies would win that game. I just think that's full of excuses. If you really dissect that particular game, the major reason why the Grizzlies won that game in the first place, and Ja Morant could have been fully healthy and attended the whole game, and the outcome would pretty much been the same, is the Grizzlies are struggling to defend Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is going to have a significant impact with the Lakers versus the Grizzlies, because the Grizzlies really don't have anybody that could deal with Anthony Davis. Because, like I said, Anthony Davis, he's a perimeter guy. He can shoot the three, but he's doing his best. He's doing most of his damage around the basket, and that is a nightmare for the Grizzlies. I mean, if Anthony Davis continues to be this type of Anthony Davis, the Grizzlies are going to struggle in this series. Now, I'm not going to say they're going to lose the series. I'm just simply saying they're going to struggle in this series. And two, it's going to be a game, maybe one or two games. I'm going to say one game where LeBron is going to be lit. All right. He can't do it game to game like in his prime, but LeBron James is due for one of those big time games. All right. So you also got to deal with that as well. If he just do one of those games, and let's just say Anthony Davis is is just doing Anthony Davis is continuing to be dominant, is going to be some serious problems for the Grizzlies, because they really don't have anybody that could defend that could stand up to Anthony Davis. Now, this could be a gift and a curse. Anthony Davis, he's great right now, but Anthony Davis is known to struggle, and Anthony Davis is injury prone. So you have to deal with that as well. So Anthony Davis could either be injury prone, or Anthony Davis could struggle in this series. So first and foremost, the Memphis Grizzlies are going to have to figure out what they're going to do with Anthony Davis. They're going to have to put somebody that's going to either try to intimidate Anthony Davis, or someone that can be physical with Anthony Davis. And I just don't see anybody on that. Now, Dylan Brooks, he's a lot shorter than Anthony Davis. I suggest to, utilize Dylan Brooks a little bit more. I just think they're going to have to intimidate the Los Angeles Lakers, and it's easier said than done. I think this version of the Los Angeles Lakers are more talented. I think this Los Angeles Lakers, they don't have to really just desperately have to depend on LeBron and Anthony Davis to have a great, phenomenal game. They can beat you in other ways. And if you look at what, particularly in game one, the Los Angeles Lakers had so many ways to beat the Grizzlies because of what they did during the trade deadline and during the early part of the NBA season. If the Los Angeles Lakers make it to the Western Conference Finals, I think they should give huge praise to their front office. They should also give huge praise to the ownership. I forgot her name. I do apologize. I normally talk about her on a constant, consistent basis. Jeannie Buss. They should give huge praise to Jeannie Buss and that front office, because they stood up to the onslaught of LeBron James tinkering with the offense. I think after LeBron James pushed Russell Westbrook onto them, and they had to trade. They had no choice but to trade Russell Westbrook to make LeBron James happy. And then come to find out that did not work. They said, you know what? If we're going to go down, we're going to go down on our terms. And the front office and Jeannie Buss have done a remarkable job holding firm to those draft picks and making the right moves to benefit this offense, this team. And they did a bunch of small moves, but all these small moves are very positive to the Los Angeles Lakers. So if the Los Angeles Lakers make it to the Western Conference Finals, stop giving your flowers to LeBron James. Stop giving your flowers to Anthony Davis. You should give your flowers to Jeannie Buss and that front office. Okay? So that's one thing. I just think the Grizzlies have to find a way to deal with Anthony Davis. There's just no way around it. They're either going to have to be physical to Anthony Davis, or they're going to have to intimidate Anthony Davis. And I know people are going to say, well, they're kind of both the same. When I say be physical, match your physical energy with Anthony Davis' energy. When I mean intimidate him, I mean you got to get in his face. You got to do all these tactics, pretty much like what Draymond Green did for the Golden State Warriors. Been more of an enforcer because he's way beyond his prime. And when he was in his prime, he wasn't really that good to take the team to the promised land, but he was good. Particularly what they wanted him to do in the offense of the Golden State Warriors. But you're going to need somebody that's going to intimidate Anthony Davis to keep him from doing the things that give you problems, which is, going down low. Or, maybe Anthony Davis wants to switch it up a little bit and shoot more perimeter shots, which I think Darvin Ham has done a great job with the done a great job with the Lakers. He stayed the course. A lot of people thought he was going to have issues with Russell Westbrook right off the bat. No issues. Um, he's got the ear of LeBron James, and he's got this team rolling in the right direction. So a lot of people need to give flowers to Darvin Ham as well. But you know how this works. Everybody's going to give the respect to the stars of the team, and they're going to give the flowers to Anthony Davis and LeBron James because they feel like they was the biggest impact and the biggest reason why the Lakers turned around their situation. Being out of the playoffs, being in the play-in, and now being in the playoffs. Okay, and that's a lot has to do with Jeannie Buss and that front office. That they should get the flowers and the respect, and Darvin Ham. Okay, but yeah. So I think with Ja Morant, even if Ja Morant was there, I think game 2, Ja Morant's going to test that hand, see how much pain tolerance he can deal with. Probably don't use that hand as much. He's going to have to adjust with the pain because as far as the scoring goes, they're still going to need Ja Morant for scoring. 2, they're going to have to basically figure out a way to either be physical with Anthony Davis, which has been proven. When you're physical with Anthony Davis folds like a lawn chair because Anthony Davis does not consider himself a physical player. He treats himself as a finesse type of player that could shoot the basket anywhere on the gym. He utilizes his other attributes than him being tall and being physical and going down low. He don't really consider himself a center. And I think Darvin Ham has gotten him to welcome him being a center, that if they need him to go down low and be an anchor, or just go down low and prevent the other team of slashing to the basket. Just your presence alone will hesitate a player just long enough for the defense to catch up. And I felt like in the early goings, Anthony Davis did not want anything to do with his back to the basket. He didn't want to be posted down low offensively or defensively. And I think Darvin Ham has convinced him, and now he's accepting that responsibility. So if the Grizzlies have someone that could I think the best way to beat Anthony Davis is try to intimidate him as best as you can. I just don't think they have anyone that can physically match the energy with Anthony Davis, but they're going to have to intimidate him. Dylan Brooks is going to have to get a couple of series with him, just intimidating him, keeping him out of his comfort zone, out of his good space, and just go from there. All right. So yeah, that's it for Just My Opinion, the live stream. I know it's been a long time. Been a long time since I've done a live stream. I've been normally stringing a course of videos, but now I think I'm gonna start doing more live streams. Guys, tell me what you think about this live stream in the description. Let's talk. And I always say the comment section is your guys' domain. You make it to wherever it is. So the interaction between comments keeps that comment section lit. It provides oxygen to the channel. I may like or thumbs up or thumbs down something, but I don't really go into no dialogue in the comment section because I do my best talking here. Okay, so the comment section is your guys' domain. Please be respectful to one another. Keep the debate great and healthy, not unhealthy. If you want to become a channel member, you can become a member of the Just My Opinion podcast. Get badges, stickers, and things of that nature. You can super chat me. You can cash app me if you want to do that. And subscribe to the channel. You would not be disappointed. Hit the notification bell. Hit the like button. All three of those options is absolutely positively free. Okay. Free. Okay. So I really do appreciate everyone coming in. I will be back on another rendition of Just My Opinion podcast. It's been real and it's been fun, and it definitely has been real fun. All right. I'm up out of here. I will talk to you guys later. Hope everyone has a great, productive day. I will see you. Deuces.